trying to think what the biggest one I've been to. Parramatta's pretty big. It's bigger than Parramatta. Hey, what up and welcome to another episode of Creased. And on today's episode, something special I didn't have to travel too far for, and I'm a little bit excited. Let's get into it. So it's pretty hard not to notice this giant wooden thing that says JD Sports coming soon. And obviously when there's a new sneaker store open locally, it gets me closer to not having to travel to Sydney all the time for things. But there was no real information of when it was opening, and it just so happened that, you know, word through the centre and a few other people, we found out that it dropped today, which is March 21st. Can't remember. Okay, there is a brand new JD Sports opening. I'm about to go down there. I think it opens on the Thursday, that's what I've been told. Today's the Tuesday. Gonna see if we can get an early look. Maybe we'll see what happens, and worst case scenario, find out what they're gonna do, because I don't want to be there a day before. But I don't even think you can do that with this shopping centre, so we'll see. Let's go. I'm assuming they'll have the bread fours. I think I might need them. I couldn't see anything. They've still got the big wooden facade up, but I did run into a staff member and confirmed that it is opening on Thursday. I should have pressed him for a little bit more knowledge, but I've reached out to JD on IG, so see what happens. I really wanted to do something I've thought of for a minute. It'd be dope to like host the lineup and everything, and like not just reward people that camped out for a day or two, right? More so like give more opportunity to the locals, right? Ask some questions, people that are genuine fans, that sort of thing. I'd love to do something like that, but I don't think it's gonna happen this event. We'll have to see in the future. Maybe I've got to build the presence up a little bit more, but there is definitely a store opening on Thursday, so no matter what, if I'm there super early, if I'm not, we're going to be there. So I was trying to get information, I was trying to find out what, I was checking socials, I was going in there, seeing if anybody knew, because, you know, you're always hoping for a couple sneaky releases and that sort of thing, and it just so happened that nothing was available. I ran into a couple staff the day before it. One I already knew, I kind of recognise him, but I'm like, I wasn't putting two and two together. They weren't really given much information. They were told not to give information away, but I had a sneaky suspicion that they'd have something dope. Again, the night before it, they don't announce anything on social media. So I'm like, I don't think I need to wake up that early. Adam's like, nah, I'm getting there at 6 AM. I'm gonna be lining up from 6 AM, I don't care. And to his credit, he did, but he didn't need to. Let's check it out. So we're about to head to this JD opening. Adam's already there. He woke up before me, and like they only took the wooden frame down this morning. They also like didn't put the security gate up because it's like 6 AM, and well, it's not now, it was at the time, and like he was just walking in the store looking around. Then they're like, no, get out, staff only, it opens at 9 AM, and then like the regional manager pops up and's like, no, it's okay, but they're like, we gotta take photos and then you can line up. And now they're just hovering around him. I said to him, I was like, bro, like take a video of them taking photos and doing all that sort of stuff, but don't, like, I know he's got his phone, but don't hold it like a phone, hold it like a camera. Of course, he sends me a fucking vertical video. We're on our way now. Let's see, get there early enough. We got the camera, maybe they'll let us get in there early and do whatever. Bye. Did you get here?
I think I was here at 5:55 AM, sitting in the car park with a 7-Eleven iced coffee and watching TikTok waiting, and then...
Hey, at least you're first in line though.
Yeah. It wasn't worth it, let's be real.
I had a nice sleep. 4 hours. Now this is a huge store, and when I got there, we were lined up. It was actually open. There was no like security doors down or anything. They were just getting the final touches with their staff, a lot of new staff, that sort of thing. But I just got to walk in because it just looked like it was open. They're like, oh no, we're not open yet. And I was like, oh okay, no worries. And I managed to like talk to a couple of people, and I was like, hey, do you mind if I like bring my camera in and everything? They want to suss out the YouTube channel and make sure I'm not going to say anything derogatory. Where I was like, no, we're just showcasing the store. And they're like, oh, okay. And then got to do that. So that was cool. Having the camera in there, getting some nice shots and everything. I went back later without the camera though, and just had a browse myself. Just because, you know, when you're filming stuff, you really can't take it all in. Because you're looking through the lens, right? You're looking through this rather than this, and it really is a really big store. Now, in terms of drops, they did have the Bread 4s in Junior. They had the Gratitude 11s in Junior. There wasn't anything crazy like that for adults, but that's not to say they're not going to get them. They did have issues with stock arriving, so look, in the next couple of days, you never know, there might be a sneaky pair of Bread 4s in my size, I hope. We can only hope. But they did have a bunch of exclusives that, you know, within certain models, but their own colorways. Because they're such a huge company based out of the UK, there's certain colorways that they get in the UK that don't necessarily come to Australia, but they do for JD. So there was an Asics Gel Quantum V8. I love this colorway. I like the black and blue one too, but I like that colorway as well. I like white sneakers. And then there was a 9060 that just, the materials looked incredible. That's the closest I've ever come in and purchased a 9060. There was a bunch of like Air Max and like so many exclusive colorways, but like they haven't even got all their stock yet. So to put it in perspective, this store I would say is, I don't think what the biggest one I've been to. Parramatta's pretty big. It's bigger than Parramatta. I'd say Pitt Street Mall might even be bigger than that. I don't know. Battery ran out. Something weird noise. I don't know what happened, but we yeah, look, really dope store. About to edit it now and put it all together. Showcase the new store. Hopefully in the next couple of days there will be some Bread 4s. There was a couple purchases. I just got myself a nice little hat, but Adam grabbed something. So
4 or 5 months.
Put it on red.
3 times in my life, that's it. 3 times in my life.
Is that it?
What'd you get?
Just the Dunker cows in the low and my size for once.
How are you size 9.5 to like 11.5 in men's?
I have no clue. I can wear anything between that, from, you know, Jordans to, I have a pair of Jordans in 9.5 too that fit me perfectly. In the
so they're
lavender.
too big. You may as well give them to me.
These are actually perfect too. No toe issues.
What do you think of the new store?
It's a good store.
I think there was more than Katara.
More than Katara, just because it's a brand new store. I reckon it's just gotta over time see what they get and how they get it. So JD store, brand new store, huge, like way bigger than I expected. Really open space. I really like it. Aesthetically looks incredible. They had a bunch of like exclusives. They had a 9060, and I'm not big on the 9060s, but they had a couple of exclusive colorways there for JD, and they looked really good. They had the Bread 4s and the Gratitude 11s in juniors. Nothing crazy for men's, but that's not to say they won't get it. They've had issues with deliveries. From what I heard, they're waiting on stuff, so we may head back later, and you never know, there might be a pair of Bread 4s. I'm not too sure, but just depends on how their deliveries are. We all know what deliveries can be like in Newcastle. I mean, the Bread 4s that we got for Adam were express post, and they took a week and a half to get here, so we'll see. You know, it's dope. It's cool seeing like Newcastle getting stores like this now. Obviously we've had the one in Katara for a while. I was at the opening for that. It's 3 different openings though. Like we had the Katara one, there was no real resellers, maybe a couple, right? Erina was just all resellers. Then this one here, they didn't actually announce it. It's kind of like a soft launch, I guess. But even then, like, there's nothing being publicly said that they're there. I want to say, like, in terms of publicly, my reel's probably like the only thing that's been announced public. So, and obviously this when people see it, but yeah, I think it's the best way to do a release like this is let the locals get at it first, man. Like, do a soft launch, let the locals go do their thing, and then from there, then announce it, so you still hit all your margins, your targets, your quotas, and everything like that. But let's see. Whatever you're seeing next is what you see next. So my plans changed, and I ended up going back to the same shopping centre for lunch. Incredible burger joint called Rascals. If you're ever in Newcastle, 100% check them out. But I managed to swing by because they were saying like the deliveries may come and, you know, might be around lunchtime or whatever. There was nothing there. So I did see, since they have done a social media post, and they mentioned tomorrow the first 100 people get a $20 gift card, and I think they're doing something the next day as well. Like Saturday they were doing a Crep Protect giveaway or something. So no mention of releases or anything, but it is in the general public now. See what happens. I would assume if they were meant to be getting them, they should still get them, but yeah, I don't know. We'll have to check it out. I'll probably go there tomorrow in the morning. $20 is $20, bro. But shout outs to the guys at JD Sports that was, you know, looked after me, everything like that. Got myself a nice little hat. Oh man, I'm so close on those Asics gel Quantumates. Like, I think I'm just waiting for the perfect colorway. But this has been another episode of Creased. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. We'll be back twice a week. Peace.